Welcome to this new video, where we're going to test the new update that just came out for Gran Turismo 7 on April 23, 2026. Update 1.69 adds several features, including the original Renault Twingo. In this video, we'll test it in the game to see how it performs. It's not the only new car, so actually, I'll show them to you like this. That way, you'll know right away what you can buy after this update. So, there's the 1993 Renault Twingo 14,000 credits, which we're going to buy right now, by the way, since we're going to test it right away in the video. Also, a new Chinese car has been added to the game, the Yangwang, which is one of the brands from BYD, the Yangwang U9. If I'm not mistaken, it's actually one of the most powerful cars in the world. It has almost 3,000 horsepower. In Gran Turismo 7, we got an intermediate version with just 1,300 horsepower. We'll likely test it in a video tomorrow. And then, there's another little gem that was added to the Legend Cars dealership. On the car side, and I'm also really looking forward to testing this car, it's one of my favorite Porsches. Porsche 911 964 LED, which still costs $1,200,000. So it's not cheap, but it's a car that has almost 400 horsepower and weighs only 1,300 kilos because it's a lighter version, the 911. Really looking forward to testing all this, so today, we're going to try out the Twingo. But first, let me tell you about the other new features in the update, because there are already quite a few pretty cool things. There are new things regarding the Power Pack DLC. There are two things that are really cool. The first is that they've added a new challenge system, kind of like a weekly one. Now, I don't know why it's not showing up for me. Maybe it's because I haven't actually finished the whole DLC. As for the Power Pack, let me know if it works for you, or if it's something that's bugged and not working. For now, but normally, it's a kind of weekly challenge system just like we have in the base game. Except here, it's going to give us rewards. If I understood correctly, the number of Power Pack races we need to finish each week is the main idea. There's also a great new feature with this Power Pack system. We can now use any car we want or cars from our garage for events. Until now, actually, when we took part in a race in the game, we absolutely had to use one of the 3 or 4 cars offered for the event. Now we can click on Select a car from the garage and we can literally choose whichever one we want. Generally, there are still some restrictions, so you still need to have a car that fits the proposed category. For example, I can use my damn Renault Capture in an endurance event if I want. There are quite a few engine swaps that have been added with this update, and actually quite a few swaps for Renaults. Now, we can swap the Kangoo. Honestly, guys, I have to admit I'm pretty excited to see how that's going to turn out. We'll try that out in another video, probably a dedicated one. We can also swap the Renault Megane RS. And now we can also swap the Renault 4, the famous 4L. So, I think in the next few days, you'll see quite a few swap videos on my YouTube channel. Of course, we'll also try out the others to see how they turn out. All these little junkers with slightly bigger engines are going to be fun. We're starting by testing the new Renault Twingo, with 50 horsepower, weighing 790 kg in its engine. Well, I guess in this one, it's still the Cleon engine, I suppose. Cleon 1.2. Wow, look at that, the interior. We're going to travel back in time. It's a different era. I think they chose one of the best interior finishes with the seats, really. They look like bus seats with the fabric, with the green buttons and everything. Incredible. All right, here we go with our Twingo. Oh man, this is going to be slow. At the same time, it's not really surprising, honestly. For only 50 horsepower, it doesn't do too badly. Wow, a 5-speed gearbox. I wonder if, like with the Kangoo, there were special versions in Japan that had automatic gearboxes. Here, with the long 4-speed gearbox, wow. But seriously, it looks incredible. In the corners, honestly, I thought we were going to mess up on the very first turn, but actually, no, not at all. The car seems to be very stable. Oh, they also brought back the little central speed display there on the dashboard, with the old displays from Renault, which were quite revolutionary at the time. They were among the first brands to really make it widespread. Digital displays, where there are no more traditional needles, but really a screen that shows the speed. I'm not sure if they did that in Gran Turismo 7 since the Twingo is so slow now, you can't notice the issue. But back then, those speedometers lagged a bit. You know, they didn't really show every kilometer per hour. They refreshed, I don't know, every 2 or 3 tenths of a second. This sometimes caused it to skip showing 1 or 2 kilometers per hour in decently accelerating cars. I'm not sure, but it seems to do that. I feel like it did it when braking. That's so cool, that's awesome. Considering, the car only has 2,000 kilometers on it. Guys, this is the real dream in 2026. Getting an almost brand new Twingo like this, at a pretty reasonable price. You can be sure you have a car that will last 20 years without too many problems. That's how good a Twingo is, after all. Well, of course, it's true that it's a bit slow, but on the other hand, in the corners, it's really incredible. And I find it super fun, even though I know that… Oh, why aren't the taillights the same color on both sides? I think it's because, for economic reasons. There was only one reverse light at the back, simply to indicate reversing. On the other side, I guess it was cheaper to do it that way. But yes, what I was going to say is that personally, I think it's really cool, this kind of addition. Especially here, they're joined by some great cars. The BYD, one of the world's most powerful, is definitely not a bad electric car. And the Porsche Lightbo, that's a pretty incredible car too. So, I think it's fine. And I know there are some players who are kind of fed up with having this kind of car. It's very RP on Gran Turismo 7. But on the other hand, honestly, it's the only game that adds this kind of thing, and I have to admit, I think it's really cool. It's not very fast by default, but we can upgrade it and possibly make it more track-focused. I think back then, there were Twingo Cups, and I believe those cars were actually pretty lively. These cars are mainly built for small tracks rather than major circuits like the 24 Hours of Le Mans. Still, you can already put a little wide-body kit on it. And as you saw, we'll be able to swap it. For now, I won't spoil it. We'll see later what engine we can install in this Twingo. I just saw the price. $250,000, so usually, $250,000 means some pretty interesting swaps. They're probably big engines, maybe. What would be incredible is to be able to install the V6 engine from the Nissan GT-R like that. We're still within the Renault-Nissan group, so why not? But we'll see later. Are we going to have a few cosmetic upgrades? Yes. Are we going to be able to make a racing version of the Twingo? I really think we'll be able to give it a sporty look. Oh yes.
Oh yes.
The nice plastic side moldings, really, that's something we'll miss. And the spoiler, the masterclass? Here, guys, we're going to totally transform the Twingo. We're keeping this for the sporty look, of course. Of course, the rims, maybe we'll put 3-spoke rims on it. That could actually work. It really has a vibe, doesn't it? The Twingo is one of those cars, probably like all those cars from the 80s and 90s. The more time passes, the cooler it gets. Actually, very clearly there was a time when having a Twingo. In the early 2000s, it was lame, but now the number of people who would be willing to pay totally crazy amounts for Twingos. And it makes sense, right? It wasn't expensive, it's cheap to maintain, it's really simple mechanics, it's naturally aspirated, there's no turbo, it barely uses any fuel, and it's reliable, right? But yeah, really, it looks good actually, it really has a nice vibe. All round, but it's cool. Well, we can also improve it and make it less reliable, unfortunately. So I think it's going to be a rocket, because the car is at 600 pp and fully upgraded. So with a turbo setup, we're still at 679 kg, 229 horsepower. So here, it's a pretty intense power-to-weight ratio. Also, let me show you this before I move on. They've also added, of course, new collection menus, and the new seasonal menus as well, of course, with a 5-star ticket as a reward for everyone who buys the 3 cars from the new update. And as an extra menu, I think a Dodge collection menu has been added. That's probably the one. Oh no, it's a muscle car thing. Okay, with the Chevelle, the Pontiac GTO, and the Dodge Charger, which lets you get a 5-star ticket. And here we go. I didn't see which car we were up against. LOL, Twingo versus Carrera GT. It's from the same era. Well, more or less, I mean, the Twingo is a bit newer. Wow, look at the rear end when we brake, it lifts up and leans forward. Wow, it looks like, well, I was gonna say it looks like it's easy to handle. Yeah, it seems incredible in the corners, but it also seems to struggle a bit. Let's be honest, handling 200 horsepower isn't easy. But actually, the handling is pretty good, it works. Wow, the handling is actually more than just good, guys, it's a missile. It's a rocket in the corners, but when it comes to straight lines, it's going to be tough to compete with Mercedes or GTRs that have 600 horsepowers. But we still managed to hit 200, maybe 230, I think, going downhill. Honestly, on a longer downhill stretch, we might even reach 250. Very good braking, even though it leans forward a little, so you have to try not to brake when you're not completely straight. But it still works well, right? The speedometer isn't updating now. It's acting up since the car's running so strong. Incredible, huh?
It's...
Really? Wow. It's really the best addition to Gran Turismo 7 in months. It's very, very cool to drive, honestly. Very good in corners. Very, very good braking. The only weak point is acceleration, but at the same time, that's normal, right? It's not possible to compete against things that have 600 horsepower when you only have 200. But I think that on small tracks with turns, like Tsukuba, Goodwood, all the Japanese tracks, more or less, and even some European tracks where there aren't too many straight lines, I think it must be extremely efficient, so honestly cool to drive and ultimately not too penalizing in acceleration for a 200 horsepower front-wheel drive car. Even if it's kind of the limit, it's still okay, right? So handling in corners, it's a monster, right? On the other hand, it's mind-blowing. We're going to test the swap now to see how crazy it gets. In Gran Turismo 7, we're going to check it out. Maybe it's a V6 from the Racing Megane as well. No, not at all. Oh no, it's the K24. This is going to be crazy, the big Honda engine. Well, I don't remember exactly how much power it makes, but I think it's around 600 horsepower anyway. This one, yeah, that's it. 600 horsepower for 770 kilos. And we're about the same in PP, around 630. So I think the car won't actually perform any better. It'll probably just be better in a straight line. But anyway, let's test it. Let's try the swap. All right, so let's go. Just for fun, let's go test this car at top speed with the nitrous. Maybe we can go over 300, huh? It's totally possible, knowing the physics of Gran Turismo 7. So here, I've set up the car with a gearbox. Whistle. Listen, here we go. Laughs. It's about... Oh, it's sliding now. I've got no grip at all. Okay, it's coming back a bit. Well, the acceleration is really tricky because there's definitely too much power. But it's a rocket. It's way faster than I thought. Oh, look how it sways.
What a mess.
But wait, how much do you think we'll hit? Do you think we can reach 400? I stretched the gearing a bit, we'll see. But yeah, 330 with the Spy. It was still climbing and we hadn't even used our nitro yet, and we weren't even on the downhill. So I think if we optimize well, 400 km/h is doable. Are they going to overtake me or not? That'd be cool, since we could draft behind the Spy the whole way. Oh wow, the rear. Oh, what an incredible view, seriously. We're accelerating so hard that as soon as I press the accelerator even a little, we're accelerating harder than an F50. It's actually pretty good. But honestly, I think at top speed this car is going to be surprisingly crazy. We'll see about that. But I think we've got a little missile here. Look at how easily we're catching up. Some extras added for 3 million. Our Twingo is a bit tuned here, and we're probably going to take it. Sorry, with the downhill. We're close to 400 km/h, but honestly, it's not a steering wheel I have, it's a rudder. Just so you know, I'm going straight without touching the wheel, but the car is still swaying. Come on, let's go. Oh, now we're loosening up. Come on, can we catch up with everyone? 400 km/h. I was a little too optimistic, though. 390 is probably doable. But, I don't know. With the Spy, 390 please at least. No, if we got them, not far from 400 anyway. With a Twingo, honestly, I think with a top speed setup the car should hit 400, but we don't necessarily have the best tires for that. I still have the spoiler, even after removing the downforce in the settings. We still have a car that's not really built for top speed runs. But 400 we said it's totally doable, without too much trouble with this car. There you have it. Twingo in Gran Turismo 7. A lifelong dream come true. I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you did, feel free to show your support by leaving a like and subscribing for the next videos. Follow me on Twitch for upcoming streams. The link is in a pinned comment. Come follow and sub with Prime. Thanks. Also, check the Instagram link if you like. Buy your games for less and support the channel. See you tomorrow for the next video. Bye.